Your dog likes you more than me, so I left her in the forest. Amanda's voice oozed satisfaction through the phone speaker, each word dripping with pettiness. My fingers clenched the edge of the kitchen counter as I struggled to steady my breath. My sister-in-law continued, oblivious to, or perhaps reveling in, my horror. At 32, I never imagined I'd be dealing with someone cruel enough to abandon a service dog in the wilderness. But there Amanda was, casually admitting that she'd driven my medical alert dog, Luna, deep into the Cascade Mountains and left her there. She'll probably find her way to some other family, Amanda mused, as if she hadn't just confessed to a crime. One that appreciates her more fairly. I barely heard her. My focus was on my laptop screen, where a small blinking dot moved steadily along a topographical map. Luna, my white German shepherd, trained to detect shifts in my blood sugar, wore a GPS tracking collar. Amanda had always mocked it as paranoid and excessive. You should check the news, I said, my voice deceptively calm as I watched the dot head exactly where I expected, toward the ranger station where my friend Marcus worked. Amanda's smugness wavered. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing, I replied, but you might find tonight's segment particularly educational. I ended the call before she could respond and immediately dialed Marcus. She's about half a mile from you, I told him when he picked up, heading northeast on the main trail. Got it. My team's already out there, Marcus assured me. We've got everything. Park entrance footage, trail cams. Your sister-in-law picked the wrong forest to mess with. Relief fought with lingering anxiety as I hung up. Without Luna, I'd have to check my blood sugar manually, something she usually handled before I even felt symptoms. I grabbed my testing kit, forcing myself to focus. The GPS tracker showed Luna had stopped moving. Zooming in, I saw she was at the creek crossing near the ranger station, waiting, just like she'd been trained. Even after being abandoned, she followed protocol perfectly. My phone buzzed again. Amanda. What did you mean about the news? She snapped. Are you threatening me? I don't make threats, I said. But since you're curious, turn on Channel 8. They're covering service dog protections tonight, including legal penalties for interfering with them. Silence stretched for a moment. Then I heard the TV in the background, followed by Amanda's sharp intake of breath as the anchor discussed the federal consequences, fines, prison time. You're bluffing, she said, but her voice wobbled. You can't prove anything. GPS tracker, I said simply. Park cameras. Trail cams. Oh, and the lovely confession you just gave me over the phone, recorded. Want me to go on? A sharp breath. Then you set me up. No, Amanda, you set yourself up. I just made sure Luna was protected. From the moment my brother James had introduced me to Amanda, she'd been fixated on Luna. At first, I thought she admired her. But admiration had soured into something uglier, jealousy. She hated that Luna was loyal to me, that she followed my commands instead of Amanda's. She's just a dog, Amanda would sneer, deliberately trying to distract Luna mid-task. She should love everyone equally. But Luna wasn't just a dog. She was my lifeline, trained to keep me safe. And Amanda couldn't stand that. My phone pinged with a message from Marcus. Got her. Luna's safe. Police are taking statements. Need you to come in. Relief flooded through me. I turned back to the call, where Amanda was still rambling about unfairness. The police have Luna, I cut in. I'm heading to the ranger station now to file a report. Want to give them your side of the story, or should I just forward them our conversation? You wouldn't dare, she gasped. James will never forgive you if I get arrested. Another voice cut in, cold and furious. James is more concerned about the kind of person who abandons a service dog in the wild. My brother. Amanda's tone changed in an instant. James, I can explain. She's always loved that dog more than. More than what? He interrupted. More than your need to be the center of attention. More than your jealousy of an animal that keeps my sister alive. Rustling. A shift in the phone speaker. James must have taken it from her. Liv, is Luna okay? She's safe, I assured him. He exhaled shakily. Good. I'm so sorry, sis. I knew she was jealous, but this, I never thought. Not your fault, I said, though we both knew Amanda's cruelty had festered unchecked for too long. But I have to file this report. I'm coming with you, he said firmly, and Liv, press charges, no discussion. As I grabbed my keys, Amanda's frantic excuses blurred into the background. My hands were steady now. Luna would be back where she belonged, and Amanda would learn that jealousy had consequences. I glanced once more at the GPS screen before heading out. The dot was stationary at the ranger station. Safe. The sun dipped below the Cascades as I drove, casting long shadows over the winding road. I'd always loved these mountains. Tonight, they felt even more significant. They had sheltered Luna, exposed Amanda's malice, and proven that foresight and the right people could protect what truly mattered. The ranger station's lights cut through the encroaching dusk as I pulled into the parking lot. Marcus stood outside, and beside him, tail wagging steadily, was Luna. The moment she saw my car, she remained composed, but the rapid swish of her tail betrayed her excitement, our bond evident even in her disciplined restraint. "Go ahead," Marcus murmured, releasing her from the stay command. Luna trotted toward me with perfect form, immediately checking for any signs of a blood sugar drop. I knelt, my composure cracking as I wrapped my arms around her. Marcus gave me a moment before leading us inside. "Your sister-in-law really picked the wrong place for this stunt," he said. "We've got her on 5 different trail cams, plus her license plate at the entrance." She even waved at one of the cameras before abandoning Luna. Inside, 2 officers were reviewing footage while another took notes. The screen showed Amanda's red SUV entering the park at 2:47 p.m. The next clip captured her practically dragging Luna down the trail, glancing over her shoulder like a second-rate criminal. "Miss Parker," an officer approached. "I'm Officer Rivera. We'll need your statement, but first, can you confirm this is your service dog and identify the woman in the footage?" "Yes, this is Luna, my medical alert service dog," I said as Luna settled beside my chair. "And that's Amanda Parker, my sister-in-law." The door behind us opened and James walked in. His face was tight with fury. But when he saw Luna safe, relief flickered through his expression. "Thank God," he murmured before turning to Rivera. "I'm James Parker, Olivia's brother, and," he exhaled sharply, "Amanda's husband. I want to press charges too." "You can't press charges against your own wife." Amanda's voice rang out as she stormed in, mascara streaked down her face. "James, please. I did this for us." The room went silent. Luna shifted slightly closer to me but stayed in position. "For us?" James's voice was dangerously low. "How exactly is abandoning my sister's service dog for us?" Amanda's gaze darted around, taking in the officers, the security footage, the evidence stacked against her. "She loves that dog more than our family. Every time we visit, it's Luna this, Luna that. She won't even let me pet her when she's working. I just wanted." "Wanted what?" I cut in, my voice steady. "Wanted Luna to fail her training. Wanted to put my life at risk. Wanted to commit a federal crime. It's just a dog." Amanda snapped, her composure shattering completely. Officer Rivera stepped forward. "Mrs. Parker, interference with a service animal is a federal offense. Given the premeditated nature of your actions, along with the security footage and your recorded confession, you're facing serious charges." I held up my phone. "I have the recording and text messages where she threatened to fix the Luna situation." Amanda paled. "James, you can't let them do this to me. I'm your wife. And Olivia is my sister." James shot back, his voice like ice. "Luna isn't just a dog. She's medical equipment. Would you throw away Olivia's insulin? Hide her glucose monitor? Because that's exactly what you did." Marcus cleared his throat. "We also have footage of Mrs. Parker interfering with Luna's training last month, trying to feed her while she was working." My stomach turned. I'd noticed Luna acting off that day at the family picnic. Amanda had sworn she hadn't done anything. "You've been trying to sabotage her for weeks, haven't you?" I said, realization settling in. Amanda's silence was answer enough. Rivera nodded to his colleagues. "Mrs. Parker, you're under arrest for interference with a service animal and attempted endangerment. You have the right to remain silent." As the officers let Amanda out, she kept looking back at James, but my brother wasn't paying attention. His gaze was locked on Luna and me. When the door shut behind Amanda, he exhaled sharply and sank into a chair. "I had no idea," he said, voice rough. "All those times she complained about Luna, I thought she was just being dramatic. I never imagined she'd." "It's not your fault," I said, as Luna leaned into his leg, offering comfort even now. Marcus handed us coffee as we finished filing reports. The footage was damning. Amanda's arrival, her suspicious behavior, and her careless wave at the camera before driving off. The GPS tracker was genius, Marcus said, showing me Luna's recorded path. She followed her training perfectly, headed straight for help. I scratched Luna's ears. I just never thought I'd need it to protect her from family. As the night deepened, James sat quietly, lost in thought. He had decisions to make, and difficult ones at that. But as he watched Luna beside me, something settled in his expression, an understanding, a reckoning. Marcus pulled me aside. The DA will probably want to make an example of this case, he said. Service dog interference is on the rise. They'll push for serious consequences. I nodded, glancing at Luna, still vigilant, still faithful. Amanda had tried to sever something unbreakable. But she never understood. Some bonds aren't so easily destroyed. The months following Amanda's arrest were a whirlwind of legal proceedings and strained family dynamics. As Marcus had predicted, the district attorney pursued the case aggressively. The evidence, her premeditated actions caught on trail cameras, the recorded confession, left no room for claims of misunderstanding. I sat in a courtroom, Luna steady at my side, as Amanda's lawyer attempted to soften the narrative. My client simply didn't grasp the vital role of a service animal, he argued. The prosecutor responded by pressing play on Amanda's own words. Her voice filled the room. Your dog likes you more than me, so I left her in the forest. A weighted silence followed. The jury's faces darkened. There was no misunderstanding, just malice. James filed for divorce the same week. Over coffee one morning, he admitted, I can't stay married to someone who would deliberately put your life at risk. Luna rested between us, ever watchful. I keep thinking, what if you hadn't had that GPS tracker? What if Luna hadn't been so well trained? The trial wrapped up faster than expected. Amanda's repeated attempts to interfere with Luna's training, combined with her deliberate abandonment, resulted in a 6-month jail sentence and hefty fines. The court also issued a permanent restriction. She was barred from coming near service animals again. During sentencing, Amanda pleaded, Your Honor, I just wanted the dog to love me too. The judge's response was curt. Mrs. Parker, this case isn't about affection. You endangered a medical alert service dog, and by extension, your sister-in-law's life. Your jealousy of a trained medical response is both alarming and inexcusable. Life gradually returned to normal. Luna remained as steadfast as ever, her training flawless, her loyalty unwavering. If anything, the ordeal deepened our bond. The local service dog training center invited me to share our story, using it to highlight the importance of GPS trackers and protective measures. 6 months later, I stood before a group of new handlers, Luna by my side. Trust your instincts, I told them. If someone shows unhealthy interest in your service dog, don't ignore it. Take precautions. Document everything. James healed, though slowly. He immersed himself in learning about service dogs, even volunteering at the training center. One afternoon, as Luna alerted me to a drop in my blood sugar, he watched with quiet understanding. I should have realized sooner, he admitted. It's not just about the bond, it's about survival. On the day Amanda was released from jail, I received a letter through her lawyer. Sitting in my favorite coffee shop, Luna resting beneath the table, I opened it. Dear Olivia, I still don't fully understand your connection with Luna, but I recognize now that my actions were dangerous and wrong. Therapy helped me see how my jealousy spiraled out of control. I'm sorry for putting both you and Luna at risk. I won't contact you again. Amanda. I folded the letter and tucked it away, reaching down to run my fingers through Luna's soft fur. Some people would never understand what it meant to trust a service dog, not just as a companion, but as a lifeline. Marcus still sends me trail camera updates, snapshots of service dogs working safely with their handlers. The GPS tracking program we used has since been adopted by multiple organizations, adding an extra layer of protection for these partnerships. As I write this, Luna rests beside my desk, her steady breathing a quiet reassurance. The GPS tracker on her collar blinks, a small safeguard, a reminder that sometimes the best protection comes from preparing for the worst while hoping for the best. James visits often, continuing his own journey of healing. You know what I realized? He mused recently, watching Luna work. Amanda was jealous of something she couldn't understand, the beauty of perfect trust between handler and service dog. I looked down at Luna, my partner, my protector, my unwavering constant, and smiled. Some bonds don't break, they only grow stronger.